we OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We're live for another Ordinal hour, and it's going to be an amazing one, like always, guys. So today is week 26 of 26 weeks of sideways. We've been sideways now for 26 weeks, and me and Yagobi were talking pre-show, and I was like, damn, dude, 26 weeks. And he's like, that's the halving year. Why doesn't anyone talk about that? Why doesn't anyone talk about you go sideways in a halving year? Everyone's like, oh, it's the halving. We're going to go up. No, you go sideways. It's the year after you really explode. We're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to get into a lot of stuff, guys. The banners are popping right now. Obviously, we're going to get into a little bit of the Telegram stuff from last week. Another publicly traded company buying more Bitcoin. Some words from the Prince of Serbia. We're going to get into that a little bit. And then we have Odin Swap that launched. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into really a lot of stuff. Benny's going to be indexing bitmaps again. We're going to get into that. Woo, stuff from Miner Club. Wow, we got a lot going on here, guys. So without further ado, let's get this thing started. I'm bringing my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man?
Dude, the banners are packed. I didn't realize how much stuff we have in.
Yeah, hopefully we have enough time because today's Merlin Monday. We're gonna have some builders from that ecosystem on too. So
yeah, man. So if you guys don't know, every Monday we have the Merlin team, not Merlin team, but we have builders from the Merlin ecosystem, including the founder Jeff. And then on Tuesdays we have Tap Tuesday with all those guys. And this Wednesday we're gonna have Nakib on from Odin Swap. We're gonna get into Odin Swap and stuff like that. So those guys are building something special over there, and we definitely want to showcase that. And then, for the rest of the week, we have Fluid Friday on Friday. And who knows, Francis might be joining us one day this week as well. So it's going to be a fun week, guys. I'm looking forward to it. But let's kind of hop in to, let's just get some talking. So how was your weekend? How was everything with you?
Weekend was pretty good. I didn't do too much. Football started. I, had a little fun with that. Placed a couple little bets. I had a free roll with one of my accounts. So that was fun. Yeah. But really just kind of chill. Been watching Bitcoin's price action over the weekend, which was active early Saturday, and then it kind of chopped the rest of the way. And then obviously Sunday there was up and down. So not too eventful. But one thing that I did notice is, Bitcoin's strength and price seems to be there. Although I do expect probably one more flush out. We'll see though.
Yeah, you were talking to me about
Yeah.
this morning about potentially Bart Simpson pattern. I hate the Bart Simpson pattern. I like the reverse one, which can also be a cup and handle. So but yeah, man, it's kind of getting to some news from the weekend. I basically had the same type of weekend as always. I don't think I left my house. Oh yeah, I went to Costco for the first time. So that was cool. I
You
never
never been
been
to Costco before, bro?
never been to Costco. So it's my sister has an account there, so I went over there and walked in Costco, and I was like, "Holy crap!" I immediately signed up for the $120 program they have there. So, but yeah, so I'm looking forward to that now. But no, I never messed with it until I got these giant steaks for like six. It was wild. Wow, if you haven't been to Costco, just go. It's changed my life.
Apparently, Shizzy's been living under a rock forever.
The problem is there's no ones close to me, and I've realized there's one in Jersey that's not far from me. So it's like I don't want to travel to buy food. I go to a local grocery store, right? But now it's like, all right, it might be worth traveling a little bit. But yeah, man. Let's jump into some stuff here. Telegram founder and CEO Pavel Durov rested in France. So this is something that Bitcoin was flying. We hit 65,000, and then as soon as we hit 65,000, somebody said, "Let's take the price back down. Let's erase Telegram CEO." And if people don't realize how all these crypto builders they build through Telegram, because that is how they all keep in touch with each other. That is how partnerships are made. That is how you share your calendar. And I didn't notice that until we became a part of the ecosystem, because we're a part of that. We see live these builders talking. We're in a lot of these chats too. So this is huge, and this is a blow for crypto. And I don't think a lot of people really understand that.
Yeah, I think we need more information on the status, and realistically, I think he's not going to be held there for too much longer. I don't think. It's kind of weird that they had made the country had made like statements aggressively towards him, but yeah, he goes back there. I know he's a dual citizen; he has French and Russian citizenship, but still, I would just probably not want to hang out in the country that wants me in jail, right? So, but nevertheless, you're right. It is a little bit worrisome. I think we saw that in the Bitcoin price, but also we really saw that in the ton ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
The token got obliterated, not coin got obliterated. A lot of these tokens just got obliterated. And the thing is that other ecosystems are also building like using Telegram to build their projects, right? As well. Not just the meeting part. I mean, like a cool tool that they add, like it's just like an extension of what their project is. So, but I think that we are probably looking overreacting. This is, we need more information first, right? Let's let information come in. I think people that probably got ton at a low price, that was a smart move, in my opinion. I could be wrong here in the next couple of weeks about that, but that's just what I'm thinking. But we'll see.
Yeah, man. So right after that happened, Russia says Telegram founder is a political prisoner and a victim of a witch hunt by the West. So this is becoming a little bit of Russia saying, "Yo, this is our guy, and you can't be doing this." So it's just pretty crazy if this is true too, because a lot of us are thinking, "Oh no, they just want to look in your Telegram messages," but they're saying, "No, this is a political prisoner."
Yeah, without getting like too in the weeds with this, right? It's I think this is really kind of proxy a little bit between France and Russia. But at the end of the day, yes, this is not a good mark for freedom of speech, right? That's something that we talk about sometime in here, and it's just kind of a bruise, right? But I think we'll move forward from this. I don't think he's going to be, stuck in there forever. I mean, who knows, right? But he's a billionaire, so I'm sure he's got lawyers already working in the back end and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and I heard they arrested him on the weekend because courts don't open until Monday, so he couldn't even bail himself out until today. So we'll see what happens with that. So, come to the next thing here. Public company Semler Scientific buys another 83 Bitcoin worth $5 million. So you're seeing these really smart companies being, a science company, right? So they're buying $5 million in Bitcoin. This is just going to keep happening. We've been covering this for over 2 months now of these companies just buying and buying and buying Bitcoin.
Yeah. I'm not too sure. I haven't heard of this company, but okay, so they provide medical technology and software, probably like a SaaS, software as a service type of company. But yeah, I mean, very interesting, right? Not a
Yeah.
company that I would think that would add Bitcoin to their books, but they're seeing a blueprint that really worked well for MicroStrategy.
Yeah.
So this is huge because it's a company that's completely separated from this field, and they're adding Bitcoin to their books. And I love this. I want to see more of this.
Yeah.
We probably will.
100%. Next thing here, Plan B, stock to flow trading rule 10 months in, plus 76%, 14 months. And he has a little chart here that I'm going to show. And he basically says, June 12th, $5 Bitcoin, to May 2014, $628 Bitcoin. That's 120x. February 2016, $366 Bitcoin. January 2018, $10,000 Bitcoin. That's a 27x. So you are seeing the diminishing returns here. And then you see December 19th, $7,555 Bitcoin to November 2021, $56,974 Bitcoin. That's a 7x. And now, so he's taken November 2023 at 34,000 Bitcoin. And August 2024, that's basically where we're at today. We're seeing a 1.76. So he's saying, a minimum. I mean, this is 121, 27, and 7. What are we saying? Like a 3 to 4. So I mean, to me, when I saw this, I'm like, is he changing his thing here? Like, what's going on? And then you look at this chart, and he's basically just saying like we're about to enter the banana zone, basically.
Yeah. But that is a very interesting chart, though, right? Because you saw 7x from last cycle, and then I mean, I think like a conservative approach would probably be, less than 50% of the previous cycle, right? So maybe like 3.2 or something like that, X, which would put Bitcoin at like a little over 100K, right? Like 120. So it's going to be interesting. This is definitely going to be interesting with this cycle. There's obviously other variables like ETF push up, but I don't know if we get as high as his initial projection, that 700K. I don't think that's going to happen, but even like the 300 to 500K, if it's that diminishing returns exponent continues, then we're looking at 3.2, which is what, 34,000 times 3.2.
Yeah.
So whatever that is, let's see. Sorry, I can't do math on a Monday in my head. 34,000 times 3.2. So you're looking at like 100, right under 110,000. So I know you're probably not thinking that's going to happen.
It's different this time.
Yeah. So
I think according to this, I think last time should have been, probably around 11 to 12, but I think it was manipulated down. And I think this time you're going to see that happen. I think we're going to see I think this for the first time ever is going to be over the 7x. I think we're going to see a 9 to a 10x this round because of how manipulated it was last time, and because we have an ETF for the very first time. So like the demographic has changed. We now have baby boomers entering for the very first time.
Yeah, I agree with that. But just keep in mind that, for that to happen, we have to break trend for that. The exponent has to break trend in terms of decreasing and now flipped on an increase. So I think if you go look at the history of gold, once the ETF came in, I think it was 2004. And there was a range between 2004 and 2008 to where it jumped up pretty significantly, right? So I don't know if we get something like that could make that happen, right? So where everybody's just piling in because it's the ETF year or cycle.
So we're saying, the similar scientific buying Bitcoin, right? So you got to remember supply and demand. There's only so many companies that can do that, right? Before there's not enough Bitcoin left. We're seeing like on exchanges, like 15-year lows of the amount of Bitcoin on exchanges. So it's only going to take, BlackRock getting, crazy amount of inflows to really jack up the price. I mean, you could see it skyrocket into 200, 300K because there's just not enough. It's supply and demand. And I just think that people are not considering that aspect of it, that there's just not enough Bitcoin to go around.
Yeah. I mean, definitely that could be a variable that makes this cycle different. But it does make me pause for the 700K, even 500 to 700K, right? That's why I was always said that like I would be happy with like a 200 to 300, 250 to $350,000 Bitcoin. I think that would be a huge success. Now it looks even more like it would be a huge success just because I've seen the diminishing returns exponent, but I didn't realize like it was 7% last cycle. You know what I mean? So that's
7x,
a big
yeah.
difference. Yeah. Or sorry, 7x. Yeah.
Coinbase customers can now send up to $10,000 instantly via the Bitcoin Lightning Network. So they upped it from 1,000 to 10,000. This is pretty big because now let's just say you have money on Cash App, you can now whip it to Coinbase through the Bitcoin Lightning Network in seconds, and it'll just appear over there. So this is pretty cool. So right now you can go from Lightning Network to Lightning Network. Because they all have it now, right? You can go to Coinbase. Let's just say you want to buy something on crypto.com. You can just use the Lightning Network through, to send your money very quickly to crypto.com from Coinbase or Cash App or wherever you want to send that. But now you can officially send Bitcoin in seconds from exchanges to exchanges. Most exchanges now, especially Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, they all enable the Lightning Network now.
Yeah, I've always thought that Coinbase supported Bitcoin Lightning in terms of like
small
concept
amounts.
Yeah, right. But it seems like they're definitely coming on board even more aggressively. Yeah. And to me, this is big for our ecosystem too, because it seems like Coinbase realizes the value of things being built that's related to Bitcoin. I feel like they've always been kind of like the supporter of Stacks too, in terms of like little articles and stuff like that. Yeah. So and now they're already, investing into the ecosystem with what is it, Satflow, right? So this is a good thing because now, I expect them to be bullish on our space, right? So
I agree. Every country will eventually adopt Bitcoin, says Prince Philip of Serbia, and that's another thing we're talking about. Similar scientific. What happens when Serbia gets more in? What happens when Saudi Arabia wants to, we need to have a certain amount of Bitcoin. Like, we don't care what the price is. We need a certain amount. This could really go nuts when countries are like feeling the FOMO. I mean, countries can print their own money. That's the biggest thing people don't understand either. They don't care how much it is. If we want 100 Bitcoin in our books, they're just going to print that money to bring that Bitcoin and put them on their books. So I just think that it get really nuts when the countries enter the FOMO stage, the banana zone. So
yeah, no, I agree. So again, I think that this cycle's different with that. There's variables in this cycle that can make that happen. Nation state adoption is obviously a big one. A lot of Bitcoiners have talked about this for a very long time. So I mean, I do expect that. So could be this one. If it is, then I think we're all going to be smiling.
Yeah,
pretty big.
Super cycle, baby. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's get into that Bitcoin fear and greed here, guys. So last week we were at a 28. Yesterday we were at a 54, Yagobi. So what do you think we are today? I'll give you a clue. We're not much different from where we were yesterday.
Yeah, I'll say 48.
And let's bring it up. We are at a 55.
Oh, wow.
You do have to remember it is last night.
Yeah.
Last night we were very bullish on going into Monday. So what do you think about this? We're finally back in the yellow green. It's insane, dude. We were just at a 28. This scale is just the FOMO meter. It is nuts. It's just like all over the place. That's why I like looking at it so often. Well, we're at 55. It's considered neutral, but I'm thinking this is more bullish than neutral. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to get a gauge or a handle on this stupid meter. But I mean, yesterday we hit 65,000. We touched it, right? And then so it makes sense for people to be bullish a little bit yesterday. But the thing is, until whoever decides, the big guys decide to flip the switch on and say, okay, it's time for that every 4 years where people have that chance to change their lives. I think it's going to be this chop back and forth, and money market makers trying to grab liquidity. And unfortunately, there's liquidity, hanging around a little bit lower. So I think that's what they're going to try to grab.
100%. All right, let's get into the Bitcoin price action. You were telling me this morning, you're thinking potential Bart Simpson pattern, but this is brought to you by the great guys at BitPerp. BitPerp is going to be on Botonics, the spider chain. I finally got it. I got it. So we're definitely looking forward to them. I want to 150x Mr. Yen. That's something you're going to be able to do over there. And these guys are going to put this together. There might even be on multiple chains. Very excited for what BitPerp is doing.
Yeah. So using BitPerp's charts here, they upgraded the software so it doesn't refresh on me. So I love that. Appreciate that, guys. Okay. So I know our title of our show is, Bitcoin's hitting this boiling point and it's ready for a big move up. And I do agree with that. But first, as I was saying, that there's liquidity points, right? And you can see right here, I'm on the 1 hour chart, which is a little bit shorter time frame for us here. So we're looking at maybe the second half of today. You can see Bitcoin is at like that 63,280 mark right now, but that Bart Simpson is starting to form out and play out here. And if you look at a lot of these previous basically rides up and then consolidation for a very long time, it's like almost every time the Bart Simpson plays out, but even more so right now because there was 2 points of liquidity, 63.5, I think it was the first one, which they have obviously grabbed, and then 62,200 as well. I'm going to dive in a little bit more on my other chart after I'm done with the 8 hour next here. But yeah, so I am expecting a continuous bleed out of finishing out this pattern. I don't know if it finishes out today, but it might seem a little choppy. It might not be the traditional Bart Simpson where it's straight down because it seems like it's a death by 1,000 cuts right now. But yeah, so that's what I'm seeing on stochastic RSI. You can see that the sell pressure, we have gotten into oversold and we are staying there. You can see on the MACD here as well that the sell pressure is still here with the blue and orange line opened up. So again, I do expect for this to continually bleed out. So if there is more consolidation today, though, it could be a little bit more choppy instead of a straight line, like I said, and it might take, until Wednesday or later this week for it to fully play out. But I'm expecting further down for today. If you look on the 8 hour chart here, so this is more of like the projection for next week. It's not looking too great. You can see the MACD is starting to weakening here. It's getting lighter and lighter. The blue and orange is coming together. You can see the stochastics are also getting a little exhausted up here. The first red candle here. So we could kind of try to maybe create this like bear flag possibly. But that means more red, right? So look, I did. It's not that like I expect us to get down to like 50,000 again. Really, what a lot of people are thinking, and I try to grab from minds that have been doing this for a long time, is grab that liquidity at 62,000 and then pop back up. So this could open back up. This doesn't mean we're heading back down for sure. So if the 1 hour chart or maybe even the 4 hour chart for the next couple of days, shows us grab that liquidity at 62.2 and then pop back up to try to go after finally the liquidity at 72,000 to liquidate the shorts, that could change this 8 hour chart. But as of right now, it just seems like it's, trending to the downside here. But I don't think that necessarily is a guarantee for that situation, right? Things have been more bullish as of late. You can tell the volume from the ETF has increased, as well as sentiment did get better heading into the weekend with several things going in the direction of positive Bitcoin price action. But again, I want to pull up the 1 hour chart right quick so I can kind of go in a little bit more detail about that Bart Simpson pattern. You can see it's really starting to form here. The liquidity pool is here at 62.2. Not really seeing a ton of support until here, which is 61,000. If it does, a lot of people are thinking it's going to wick too if it does grab that. So it wouldn't be like a long lasting, depressing type of situation. So that is what I'm seeing for Bitcoin's price action. So later today, I do feel like a slow, continuous bleed out. And then possibly if they grab that liquidity at 62.2, maybe touch 61.5, 62, and then try to go back up for that 72,000.
Yeah, man, great job. Killed it. I want you to be more bullish though, if that's okay.
I want to be more bullish. Give me reasons.
I want to show you something. So I was messing around with some polls today. So I put up this poll right here. Which Bitcoin Layer 1 protocol is your favorite? A BRC20's got 33%, Runes got 42%, Tap got 24%, and CBRC20 got 0%. So our guys, and we have about 33 votes on here, guys. Guys, keep voting on this, and I'll check it again at the end of the show. But right now, Runes is winning.
Yeah. Well, I'm not too shocked, honestly.
Yeah, man. All right, let's get into the show here, guys, and get to my favorite part is roll call. Let's see who's here on a Monday, hanging out with us, rocking with us today. First is first, and we got my man AODR, Tim Baker in the building. Shout out to you, my friend. Thank you for so much for always being here. One of our mods. Our back-to-back guys are our mods, and we appreciate you guys. Yasher is in the building. 3-minute difference from Tim. I think Yasher was like, I want that number one spot. But shout out to you guys, man. You guys are killing it. And you guys, thank you guys so much for being mods and helping us out. Green Man is here. Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo. He loves me and I love you. Shout out, Mr. Hanky. Zaza's in the building. Zaza has been here a lot of nowadays, dude. Glasshopper, as always, my friend. Mike's World is in the building. Shout out to Mike's World. Boy, Danny is here. It's a full moon, baby. So this is the full moon is by the Taproot Witches. I think that is Casey's girls project. I'm not really too sure. I need to get more information into that, but that's something
that Parker Day or Aaron.
I think it's Aaron. I think it's her her project. I'm not really sure. I gotta look into it a little bit more. I did see it at like $70,000, and now it's at like 700,000. So it definitely did like a 10x yesterday. And I think Danny Boy's in that because Danny's always in everything. He's early bird chasing the worm. That guy, man. Lackey Lukey is here. Webdro says LFG best thumbnail. Thank you, sir. Yagobi stepped up his game. He's been killing it with the thumbnails. Shout out to
appreciate you, sir.
Yeah, man. My Danny Bush says my phone was broken. I have it back now, or I have a phone at least. So yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. How bad would it be if you lost your phone? Sorry, Danny. Well, I'm sorry you're dealing with that, buddy, but I'm glad you got something back at least. So Ordinal Sweets is here. Ordinal's Chips. No, he's a happy Monday indeed. Reziak is here as a GM. Happy Monday. I hope everyone has a profitable day.
Ooh, I love that OMB too, man. Is that Red Eyes?
That's fire. Yeah. Yo, Reziak got money, bro.
Rich.
Bitmap Gallery is here. Mr. Sheedy says, what's up, guys? Hope you had a great weekend. Thanks for stopping by the spaces. Yes, Mr. Sheedy had a space on Saturday morning. I stopped in, and he was hosting it, bro. Mr. Sheedy stepped up his game. Yeah.
Love that.
Me too. And he was like, I went in there. He's like, Shizzy, he's like, just so you know, you kind of lit a fire up under me. He's like, when you went into the Bitmap 420 space, not Bitmap 420, but in the Bitmap news space a couple weeks ago, and you said everyone should be doing their part. We need more. He was like, it really hit me in the stomach, and I went out there, and now I'm grinding for it. And I was like, that's how you do it, Cheaty, man. I'm proud of you, buddy. You're kicking ass, man.
Yes, sir. I love that.
We got Ord here, Chain Watchers in the building. Patrick Nand is here. Zahid is in the building. Patty Pooh, sup. Love the intro music so much. I'm glad people are still loving it because at this point it's like 6 months old. People are still loving it. So I definitely appreciate you, Patty Pooh. Tell us when you guys are tired of it, because then we can reach out to Sam Sage. I'm sure he'll love to take our money for a new song. But SBI is here. Sorry. Superfan is here. Shout out to Superfan, man. Out here grinding. Joko is here. Nighthawk UXL. He says, yo, Mr. Yagobi and Shizzy, let's effing go. Shout out to you, my friend. Nighthawk, man. That's a great name. Steamy J is here. Cash Cats is in the building. I like to call him Coach Cats. Always bringing the coffee and the donuts, and the dog go to the moon. Shout out to you. No says, our BRC20s, our CBRCs cooking. The stovetop hasn't been used for months. Yeah, I don't want to get into it. But thank you for the comment. Mauricio Leo is here. 40 Culture says Bitcoin seems to have moved up in the past few days. Do we expect any more major deep before the major high? I think Yagobi covered that already. Itatoshi is here. Mauricio says, how do we use BitPerp? So it's still in beta. You will have to wait probably a few more weeks before you have access to it.
Exactly. I was gonna say just hold off because they're trying to get everything ready for the paper trading competition. But we'll go live and show you guys how to utilize everything.
100%. Yashir is here. LSR PZ is in the building, and PZ says Saul, dude. Yeah, hell yeah, man. let's get it. And let's get the show started here with our first topic, and which is our title of the show. We kind of got into it a little bit, but we'll kind of jump into it one more time. A big Bitcoin rally on the way, Fed pivots, and BTC reaching boiling point. And we obviously made this yesterday, off the news from Friday. If you don't know, Jerome Powell came out and spoke at 10 a.m. on Friday at Jackson's Hole. And he came out of Jackson's Hole very, very dovish, which basically means that we're going to be dropping rates. It's going to start September 17th. Whether it's a 0.25 or 0.5 is unknown yet, but it's going to happen. Especially, we're going to get some CPI and core PPI in about 2 weeks. And if that data is in line, then we should definitely see a cut. And jobs numbers are something to really pay attention to, and I'm going to be paying attention to. So I definitely believe that we are on our way up, and the Fed cutting rates is going to have people leave the bonds and enter the risk on, which they consider Bitcoin to be risk on. So I'm excited.
Yep. And I'm just trying to go to real quick. I want to show something if I can find it. Was that right around here? Yeah, I mean, it really depends on when, oh, here it is. Okay, so let me show this real quick. So back to that question that he asked about, if it's going to be dipping or not. Yes, we are bullish on what's been happening, but if you look here, you can see August of 2020. So the halving year is really choppy. You can see right here, really choppy. And then this was the last Bart Simpson. This was Bart Simpson. You see right here, Bart Simpson from September 20 is the end of August, basically, right? So kind of like where we are right now. The last dip before the rip, right?
Yeah.
The last big dip before the rip. So they do on the halving year try to, they're going to have their last dip. There's always a last dip, whether that was like a couple months ago, but I think it's, before the big rip up. And so that could be right around the corner, but I do think that it's going after that. That's the big rip because the Bitcoin's been boiling. It's been ready. The demand is there. You can feel it. But they're going to try to get one more set of liquidations, I think, before we have that big run up.
100%, man. Let's kind of get into the next thing here. So from Trevor, he goes, September through the end of the year will be huge for Bitcoin L2s, which are basically side chains right now. There are so many strong teams launching mainnets and massive updates. So I went, and he had a picture that went with that, and I want to show that here. Look at this, dude. Absolutely insane. Layer 2 scaling solutions overview. Obviously, you have stuff like RGB and stacks. These are kind of like the old stuff. And then you have so much more coming in. You have BVM, U protocol. And I didn't even know half of these names until I saw this. And I think we got some reaching out to do to kind of get these people on the show and kind of really learn what they're doing before it's too late and they launch. I mean, you see Bison Labs. We interviewed these guys. Hashcash. We haven't talked about them at all yet. Layer 2 Labs. I mean, so many. And these are in testnet, these are in mainnet, and these are in pre-testnet. So, which is wild. Pre-testnet. I mean, Babylon's there. Pretty wild. But these guys,
you know who I don't see there?
Crazy. Who?
I don't see B squared. Unless I missed
I don't see there's Merlin.
Yeah, Merlin's there. Core. I know Core, Merlin.
What is
other B squared? Well, I think they were a roll up. Is what they were. Oh, there they are. Okay, there they are. Okay, yeah.
The 2 is missing. Yeah.
Well, it's there. It's just tiny, but
it's
yeah.
tiny,
So, and they are considered a roll up. They consider themselves a roll up. So that's probably why I missed them because I looked for them in the sidechain. But isn't it interesting how even the Western guys are starting to use the marketing term Bitcoin Layer 2? Trevor's obviously from the West, right? And so, but then like he has really put these all in their own little category, like Stacks anchored chain. Okay, cool. And then state channel and like Lightning Network is that exactly. But it's just interesting how like I feel like Stacks is a side chain. Come on, let's be honest.
Yeah,
it's in there.
I don't see Fractal in there either. It says Bit Smiley. I guess. Okay, these are some projects too. It's not just chains, I guess. Bit Smiley's not a chain unless they are.
Look. He also put these into the pre-testnet category.
Okay.
So, but the good thing about this, which I really appreciate that his team created this, or whoever created it. Coin 98 created it, actually, which interesting. You can see in the bottom left there. But this ecosystem is way bigger than like if this chart or this infographic was created a year ago, right? And we can actually say we've utilized multiple, of these. And so I think that's super exciting.
Look up here, we got Botonics, the guys at BitPrep building over here, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, man. So I didn't know Botonics, they're in testnet, so that's good. I didn't think they were yet. I thought they were going to be over here, but that's awesome.
Yep.
Zero.
Well, they kind of have to be, right? Like one of our partners is in testnet with them, so.
Well, they're not in yet. I think that's what they're waiting for, actually. So that's why I was a little surprised.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. Come to the next thing here. Fluid tokens on Bitcoin. Only a few spots left that projects want to join our staking launch. So Fluid, they came out with a tweet today, and here it is. They said, we brought up the first permissionless lending protocol and runes DEX. Today, we bring you the native rune and ordinal staking. It's fully permissionless. You don't have to trust. So you're using Bitcoin script to stake your whatever you want. You can do ordinals, you can do runes, you can pretty much do anything that is a Satoshi, which in the future could allow for BRC20s as well. But Fluid, man, they're stepping their game up here. They're going to have TVL on Bitcoin. It's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, is anybody reporting TVL on Bitcoin right now besides Babylon, I guess now is, right?
Yeah.
They're the first. Isn't that amazing? That's crazy. And that was just last week, right? So yes, TVL on Bitcoin layer 1 is going to be so interesting because, everybody knows the actual asset value or total market cap of Bitcoin I think it surpassed $1 trillion, right? But now TVL is going to be added to that. So how much more will people view the whole TVL of all of Bitcoin, right? It's going to be so interesting because I think people are going to start to replicate this because it makes sense to, right? Like your TVL, if you have half of it, these, liquidity pools or whatever they are, you're staking, they're probably going to do like a Bitcoin stake, I imagine eventually. That would make sense, right? I don't know. It's exciting to me because we're here for this, guys. That you guys, 236 of you guys are listening. We are here for like the very first TVL that's being added to Bitcoin. That's not actual like Bitcoin. It's a application dApp that lives on Bitcoin. So it's exciting times, man.
100%. And if you look here, obviously you have the Lightning Network at 319 million. We know that you have to lock Bitcoin into the that's how they do the trading and stuff.
But it's not on native Bitcoin. It's on their chain, right?
Well, that's how Lightning works. So you have to lock it to be able to use it.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Same thing with Thorchain. Same thing. You have to lock the Bitcoin, and then you're able to wrap it and go to Ethereum and stuff like that. So. But to your point here, Babylon is not on here yet. So I'm not sure what is 1,000 Bitcoin times 60,000. What's that? 6 million? No, 60 million. 60 million.
No. Yeah, 60 million, I think.
So yeah, so they should be up here in the top.
64 million. Here.
Yeah. So that'll put them in the top 4. So Babylon should be in here soon. I'm guessing the reporting isn't done yet, but that'll be cool to see.
Yeah. And then there's going to be a lot more, I think. Fluid will probably be added down the line once they start to. So if you're a project founder, by the way, you can reach out to Fluid's team and they can assist you with that. It is permissionless, but they can at least walk you through it. And you can give rewards to, I don't know, let's say if you want to do Billy Cats and you get Billy token. If you want to do Runes coin for Node Monks, whatever you want to do, you can set that up with them.
Yeah, or let's just say you wanted to do your own coin. You 100% mint it out and then give it to Fluid or do reach out to them and then have people lock Uncommon Goods. Uncommon Good has 200,000 holders. No, I'm serious. Like that's you have 200,000 holders. All you have to do is stake your Uncommon Goods now, and you can earn the token. So you're not just airdropping the token. So you're actually giving your token value by people locking up Uncommon Goods, right? So they're not losing it because it's trustless environment. They're just locking it in their wallet. So they're not going to lose it or anything. But you can, if you're holding Uncommon Goods and you have no plan to sell it, why wouldn't you lock it for this new token, right? Especially because now this new token could really start something, you know. And I think it's a really good way to start a community, especially with 200,000 holders. Think about doing that, guys. If you're thinking about doing a meme coin of any kind, start it, and then reach out to Fluid or reach out to us. We can get you in touch with Fluid, and Bill, you can put 1,000% APY on this thing because it's your own token, and you don't know what it's worth, right? So it could be fun. So think about doing that. So
I feel like your main objective by the time this bull cycle ends is to either one, burn uncommon goods with projects or lock them up, which is makes sense.
It's not that. It's just that there's 200,000 holders that are not being utilized at all right now. And to me, it's stupid. Like, someone needs to wake up and understand. Should it be me? Should I just create a meme coin?
Yes.
Like, because it's so stupid not to. Like, I don't want to create. I don't want to tweet in all caps all the time. So I don't want to create a meme coin. But somebody should. If somebody has the time and thinking about it, mint out a meme coin. Reach out to Fluid. Say, hey, well, I mean, you can do really anything. You don't have to do uncommon goods. You can do anything you want. You can lock your dog up to earn this, like, whatever you want. But to me, 200,000 holders of uncommon goods are just sitting there and not doing anything with their uncommon goods. And you can have them lock that up in their own wallet and receive your token because it gives them value because you're earning it over time. And you could set up a year of, this token entering the system. So I don't know. It's just an idea that I had. And, if someone will do it soon, I might just do it myself. But.
Yeah, and if you remember bitmaps, once they got to cross that like 30,000 holder mark, there was so many people that were trying to figure out how they could, tap into that community.
Yeah,
and there was tons of attempts, right? And so same thing here, 200,000 holders, and it's not even like 20% finished, right? Maybe it's around there, 20% minted out because we're gonna have 4 years since the halving date. So, yeah.
Or even a bitmap community, like bitmap news. If you're watching here, like, you guys should make a token, and have people lock up their bitmaps for this token. It just has to be a meme.
Or they could, I was gonna say, or they could use the tap bitmap token. But the problem with that is it's a tap token. So I think this staking is only for
only runes only. They don't want to deal with no stupid transfer inscriptions that I hate so much. But moving along. To something without transfer inscriptions. Ordzar airdrop season 1 phase 2 will be live soon alongside the launch of Odin Swap, full swap features. Odin Swap liquidity pool is live now. RSIC, Dog Go to the Moon, decentralized, $1 billion cat. Odin Swap, first hail the swap, next airdrop season 1 phase 2. If you have yet to participate in our liquidity provider campaign with 2 Bitcoins and bonus, guys. So basically, Odin Swap is now live. Do you remember the website? I had it. I don't know what I did with it, but it's odinswap.io. I want to say, is it .com?
Yeah, odinswap.com. Yep.
I wish crypto would just stick to stick to something and just gotta go with it there. So so like if the stick to IO or stick to .crypto or something. It's not .com.
Odinswap.com. ODIN swap.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, so this is it right here, guys.
You were using this earlier, and you said it was smooth, right?
It was. I did this trade. Where was it? This one.
You want to share your screen?
Oh, yeah, that's probably a really good idea. So I did a $1 billion cat trade earlier this morning. So about, what was that, like 2 hours ago? It's one of these trades down here. I think it might be this one. It was like $30. I just checked it out, but it is smooth, and I can actually do it for you guys here live. So I'm gonna pick my rune. I'll pick let's get some decentralized. And then I'll flip that so it's on the bottom there because that's what I'm buying. I'm gonna use my Bitcoin here. I have about 2 grand in Bitcoin here, and I'm just gonna put a small number. And of course, there it goes, 000. Let's go with 6. And it's going to give me $38 of decentralized. It's going to verify. I'm going to swap it. So swapping. And earlier this morning, it took like no time at all. My wallet came up. And of course, it signed me out. It signs you out so quick, dude. So I'm going to put that back in and then show you guys what is happening. And you can see everything happening here, $42. And I'm going to swap it, $3 network fee, confirm. And boom, within the next block, I'm going to receive my decentralized. Tell me that didn't feel smooth. Like that was just
I mean,
It felt like
seems
an Ethereum trade.
pretty quick. Yeah. So I imagine they probably timestamp the price that you got in, all that stuff, and they guarantee that. And so, yeah, I mean, it seems really smooth, right?
Yeah.
Can you go to pools?
Yeah, definitely. So these are the 4 pools they have right now. BTC and Dog sitting at $85 million in liquidity.
Thousand.
BTC, oh yeah, $85,000 in liquidity. BTC Billion Dollar Cat sitting at $8,000 in liquidity. BTC RSIC sitting at $31,000 in liquidity, and BTC Decentralized sitting at $7,657 in liquidity. Look at the APY. So they're actually giving you the Bitcoin. There's 2 Bitcoins up for grabs for adding liquidity here, and 1,223% APY. This reminds me of like 2021 with these APYs. I'm gonna be participating probably in this one because it's the lowest amount, but 733%. APY there, RSIC 1,000%, and decentralized 810. So you're probably gonna see more and more of these. This is pretty cool. Especially with the super high yields, man. What do you think so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely high for a swap here. I remember some stuff at like 100,000 APR, but you're getting their like second rate token or whatever. But
Yeah.
this is different. This is gonna be interesting, guys. Like, hey, look, everybody wants these like swaps, and this is a way to get some degen action going. It's gonna be interesting to see how many people participate in that pool.
Yeah.
Look, Ordzar's behind this, so it's a trusted entity in that. At least that's how I feel. But do your own research, of course, on that. But we're gonna have Nikip on Wednesday, and we're gonna go kind of deeper into this, and maybe some features that he can let us know about, and some plans that he has for the future for this.
Yeah, and again, it's another airdrop potentially. When we showed you guys the fluid one, and now you have one for Odin here. Get these points as you can. You can see I actually have 31 XP. Let's go. I'm number 40, baby. Get some cold cuts. Get some cold cuts. No, it's cool. I'm gonna try to get in the top 10. So look out for me. Look out for me, guys. I'm on the move here. All right. Let's get into the next thing here. Benny from Track has confirmed in the Track support Discord they're moving bitmaps indexing to the TAP protocol. So I want to say in December, Track stopped indexing bitmaps. Really pissed off a lot of people. I think that's when Batoshi left the TAP because he was part of the TAP team for a little while, and they started doing their own indexing as well. But now Benny is saying, "Don't worry. We're gonna start indexing it with the TAP protocol." So Benny, he's back basically helping the bitmappers, which is cool because one of the big things that I heard when I was in that chat a few weeks ago was that how Benny kind of turned their back on them. So Benny didn't turn their back on them. It just looks like he was picking
Super
the right
busy.
time, super busy, picking the right time to do something with this. But he's back. He's back indexing bitmaps for the guys. So.
Yeah, I think this is pretty big. He was the leader of doing this initially, right? But I think some things changed too with like how bitmaps were going to be indexed and all that stuff. So DMT is a huge task in itself, right? So I think that's why it was probably kind of put in the back burner. But really good news that he's making that a priority because bitmap needs indexing. So
yeah, 100%. So Dog is up 23% over the weekend. And the top performing meme coin amongst the 25 meme coins this weekend. So that's pretty good. Dog up 23%. Dog actually led the way. You would think that it was going to be like a different coin because Dog's market, but people came in and they were ripping Dog. And I think that's going to happen, right? Dog needs to move first, and then you're going to see these other ones move after Dog kind of gets a head start. And that kind of happens with Bitcoin, with Ethereum, right? So Bitcoin goes up before Ethereum runs up. Ethereum runs up, the next one runs up. So you're probably going to see another week or two of Dog kind of going to the moon, and then you're probably going to see a lot of these other runes kind of moving a little slower. But then eventually, Dog goes up 6%, they go up 15%, right? So you're probably going to see a lot of that.
Yeah, Dog leads the way, right, in terms of the entire runes tokens, because it's the biggest hyped up one, and it's still, I think it went back over 300 million this past weekend. Lee and I still pushing daily spaces, I think, on it, trying to get it going again. And if Dog succeeds, obviously that will trickle down to the rest of the space. So super happy about this.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking forward to it. And I just can't wait for Francis and Block and those guys to really be like, oh crap, we missed out on these runes here. But yeah, we'll see.
Well, that's everybody's that's all y'all's problem, man. See, I don't have that problem because I'm okay buying BRC20s. I'm okay buying runes. I don't have to.
When was the last time you bought a BRC20? When was the last time you bought a BRC20?
Track?
What was that? 2023?
No, I bought some track. I want to say
nobody buys BRC20s.
We bought track. We bought track. When was the last time I bought a rune? I haven't bought a rune in a very long time too. My point that I'm making is that I don't care if they are BRC20s or runes. I'm not gonna buy like a Go Runes t-shirt or a Go BRC20 t-shirt. My favorite color is green because my favorite color money. That's the way I look at it, right? It's not. I think it's dumb whenever you get so tribal each way. And the problem is that that's just the culture of the space we're in.
It's not about being tribal. It's just about 69% of all transactions are rune transactions. Less than 10% are BRC20s. It's just that no one's playing with BRC20s right now. And that's kind of my point there is like nobody's buying BRC20s. But I bet you your next purchase will probably be a rune.
Possibly. Again, like
it won't be a BRC20.
But you're thinking I'm trying to take sides here. I'm not
thinking you're trying to take sides at all. I'm just saying.
But I also think I can make a lot of money on our BRC20 in the future.
Which one?
If pizza drops a little bit lower, that one, Sats, you can make money off Sats. Sats is already at a $600 million market cap. I think.
Well, you want to make a 10x?
Well, yeah. I mean,
my grandma wants to make 10x. I don't want to make a 10x
with a safer play, right? But exactly. So my point is that like I don't need to have flags for runes or BRC20 and plant my flags. And it's not just you. It's like Francis does it, you do it, Block does it, and it's so funny.
That's just my point is nobody's buying BRC20s. Like my point is everyone is buying runes, and it's in the data. Like it's in data. That's my whole thing. I feel like I'm a Republican going against the other party because it's just like I'm showing you the data, but you're still not believing it. No one's buying this bullshit.
No, I'm not saying that like people are buying a ton of BRC20s. I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that. But my point that I'm making is that you can. There's going to be opportunity. I feel like in some of them still. So
FRC20s, yes.
But even if they don't do very much, like I don't care. Like it doesn't matter to me if BRC20s do amazing or runes do amazing. Like that doesn't matter to me. Like the ones like the specific like individual projects in those two segments to me are what I look at. Right. So
but again, I'm not saying runes are going to do amazing. I'm just saying runes are 69% of all transactions. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Moving along here. MNER Club finally with some news. So R2 MNER. Me and you have been wanting a Ponzi scheme for a while.
I don't know about that.
I'll just kidding. But we want some stuff fun that's happening, some rebase type stuff. And MNER, they're rebranding themselves. And I'm just glad, I got 50 of these damn minerals that I have locked up in there. Right. So I'm just glad they're kind of doing something. And they're going to be a rebasing program a little bit. Is there any details yet about like how?
So it might sound like that this is kind of like a House of Cards type of thing, but they're actually doing the rebase to make it opposite House of Cards because they're doing the rebase based off of the Bitcoin revenue that the miners are getting that's going to be allocated to these mineral holders. So the rebase actually is calculated. So this is actually why you should use rebase is to calculate something that you're going to, adjust the token on based on real world assets or real world value instead of just rebasing it consistently off of like what the market does. You know what I mean? Like if you're actually pulling in revenue into it, that makes a difference. This would be very interesting because like I haven't seen too many projects that actually use rebase this way, but I think that's the whole point of using it is to rebase it to to where like you can benefit the entire project and community instead of just fake, building this fake facade of value.
I agree. I'm definitely looking forward to something coming from these guys. Like I said, I'm in there and I would love to go back to $2,000 per, but I think I missed that opportunity. But moving on here. This is a tweet from our guy, Beto Ordeleon, formerly Beto Cordileone, but now it's Beto Ordeleon. I love it. Historically, September is the worst month for Bitcoin. And what do you think about this? And I always thought it was February, and I haven't really looked at the charts to see which is the absolute worst. But he said September. Should we be worried? I remember last September was pretty bad.
I mean, last September wasn't too bad. Like we actually started the month. We started the month red, but in the middle of the month we pulled back up last year. But
Okay.
I would probably compare this more to 2021 September, right? Or 2020 September, which that was more of consolidation with an uptrend, and then big dump on the 20th, or pretty sizable dump on the 20th of last year. And then once we finished that one up, so technically that was really the biggest, the last big dump. But yeah, so I mean, I don't think it's going to be like horrible, but probably we'll see some consolidation with up and down, but we'll see.
Makes sense. Dot swap, a good meowing from the cats and the sats. A new liquidity pool for cats is now live. So we have another swap. I just remember, and I'll talk about this for a few minutes, that the one thing we really, really wanted was a swap last year, right around this time. And now we have three today. We have Odin swap, Dot swap. There's probably another one that I'm missing out. I think it's like Ordi swap or something. And then we have fluid swap, right? So we have, and they're all kind of a little different. Dot swap and Odin swap being very similar, but fluid being very, very different from the other two. What do you think about this? How do you feel right now? Do you feel like we've come from, step 0 to step 1 now with introducing swaps and liquidity pools?
Yes and no. One, we do realize that the fluid's the only one that's not centralized, and because of that, because they don't use liquidity pools, right? They use buy and sell limit orders as liquidity. So it's not as instantaneous as using liquidity pools. Sometimes it is because it's already there. But it's just not consistent necessarily with that. But it's definitely the best option from a permissionless decentralized swap. But the other two with Odin and Dot swap are centralized. But they've been in the space for a long time, so we built trust up. I would say even more so with Nakib and Odin swap, just because he shows up to these events. He's been on our show, I want to say at least like 4 or 5 times. And so they're centralized, but they give the degens what they want. Now, when do I think the volume is going to increase with these? The more that people add liquidity to the pools, right? I think that people are going to want to get as close to the price point as they can for floor prices, which I think is a little bit greedy because you have the advantage of instant gratification with liquidity pools. But at this, people are going to be people at the end of the day. So I think Odin swap has a chance if people can start adding liquidity to these pools, to kind of have that type of Uniswap usage.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely agree with you. I definitely feel like we've grown up a little bit. I feel like we were in our infancy last year, and I feel like this year we're kind of growing a little past that. I feel like we're finally walking, if you want to look at it like if we were a baby, right? We're still falling down a lot, but I feel like we're still walking. But I feel like this next year we're gonna see this baby kind of really grow up. And being someone who has seen it at its kind of its lowest points, especially like a month ago and about a year ago, right, to where we're at today, it just feels like we are definitely growing into something that's going to be usable by not just us guys who've been here, but people on the outside looking in. And when I say that, I just mean like when the maxis want to go from Bitcoin to a stable coin, because that's what they do. They play the 4-year cycle. They've been around for a long time. They're not going to come here and play our games, but they will come here and maybe play with our stable coins. Instead of sending it to Coinbase, which is a KYC, exchange, or send it to somewhere else that you have to trust them with your Bitcoin, rather come here 1 block later you trade that Bitcoin for NUSD or whatever stablecoin that comes next. But I feel like we're not there yet. I don't feel like we're going to be there in the next 6 months, but I feel like next year when we hit that top, that's something that's definitely going to be on their minds. Like, where can I do this decentralized using this ordinal protocol that I've been hearing about? I think that's when things change for us.
I agree with you. I think that's like the biggest use case for Odin swap and possibly dot swap as well is whenever like the Bitcoin ecosystem really explodes in the bull market, and then now these Ethereum, Solana, base type people rush over to figure things out, and they're like, oh, I'm going to use Odin swap. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? They're going to want to go to something that's comfortable. Right. So it's not necessarily going to be our people that we're comfortable with and stuff, maybe some, but I think it's going to be really the people that kind of bridge over and want a degen.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. We definitely are going to need USDT over here, whether that we bridge that in from Merlin or somewhere else, but we definitely need USDT on layer 1 Bitcoin.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be possible, just because how would they go about doing the supply and all that stuff, right?
Well, just creating a rune for it, and you just do 1-to-1 bridge somewhere. I don't know.
Maybe.
I think it's possible, but maybe you could bring it in. You can bring it in from anywhere that it has bridges. I mean, you've seen Rune Mine now. They said they want to bring stuff over. Bring a stablecoin, right? So I'm definitely interested in what comes next. But guys, it is officially Merlin Monday. We have our guy Jeff and Mr. J down below already. So every Monday we've been doing it for 6-7 weeks now. We have the builders on from Merlin. Merlin is a layer 2 sidechain. I like to say those two words together because it wants to be a layer 2 when Opcat stuff comes, but right now it's just a sidechain. But Merlin was the number one chain to bring your assets from layer 1 Bitcoin to Merlin, and you're able to go over there and you're able to do liquidity pools and pretty fun stuff with them. You're even able to take your BRC 420s now and use our partner Vertium Dex to stake them in the future as well. So we see a lot of stuff happening now. Merlin's been to me coiling up to explode the entire ecosystem because of the amount of building that's happening. And I've always said so much, you show me the building, I'll show you a good chain. I can show you the builders, so we have them on here every single Monday. And so let's get into it. Let's get into Merlin Monday.
Let's do it. Let's bring Jeff up here. Jeff, welcome back to Ordinal Revolution's Merlin Monday segment. Hope you had a great weekend. I know you're traveling all the time. If you could kind of just let everybody know what's going on with Merlin. What's the latest news, Alpha?
Yeah, guys. It's 1 a.m. in Japan right now. We have lots of Bitcoin events this week in Tokyo. I mean, they have 0 Bitcoin event before, but yeah, like this year, now we have Bitcoin coming up, in Japan. Lots of people here are trying to understand what is going on in the Bitcoin. I think tomorrow there's like a Bitcoin summer event by Skyline Ventures. I will be there. The day after tomorrow, it will be big BTC staking, like more about Babylon. I think the founder of Solve will be there. So lots of Bitcoin events here. And I'm going to Korea on Saturday, and there will be much more events in Korea about Bitcoin. There's a BTC conference by BTC Startup Labs. There will be Babylon's BTC Renaissance. Basically we're holding like 6 events in Korea and 3 in Japan. So yeah, like last year nobody will hold an event about Bitcoin, but this year everything is different. So that is because like all of us are building, right? We are spreading the words. Like all of us are building, every user chipping their money, trying to make some profits, have some fun in ordinal space. So yeah, so I think I'm just like really, really glad, all over the world there's gonna be Bitcoin events. And to Merlin, I think the biggest thing is last week we had the Babylon staking phase 1. Now I don't know if you guys noticed, right? In 5 blocks, the gas fee was like 1,000. So I think we had a huge win Merlin had a huge win because we were staking on behalf of Solve. Also, we were helping Bedrock as well. I think Solve is like number one, 250, which is hard cap 250 Bitcoin out of 1,000. Bedrock delegate was like 290, and they have like 230 Bitcoin. So basically, we cover like half of the Babylon staking, phase one. And I know this is no, this is far away from ordinal space. People here probably don't care that much about about Babylon, but I do think Babylon is a promising solution. I mean, not for now. I think like I want to like start another topic. For now, everything is like focused on working, but not on like purely decentralized, this kind of thing, right? I was having a space with Nakib this morning. People were asking, is that a decentralized vault or centralized vault? Dude, like everything here and like today is somehow centralized. It's always MPC. No matter it's layer one DAX, layer one lending, Fractal, Merlin, Bobby layer, everything is based on multi-sigs. Even though the Babylon, they have like 200 different they call like
Validators.
whatever. Yeah, validators. I mean, they call it like another name, like providers. But whatever they call that name, it's still multi-sigs. 3 sigs to your wallet. One is your sig, one is Babylon signature, and one is one of the providers. So it still be like 2 out of 3 multi-sigs. I mean, they raised like 100 million US dollars. I mean, if they cannot build a decentralized network on Bitcoin, that means you just cannot. But yeah, back to Babylon staking, I think people have lots of passion outside of the Bitcoin as well. They are like the majority of the money are coming from BNB chain and Arbitron. I think right now, Solve and Merlin are the biggest Bitcoin Bitcoin ticker Bitcoin vault right now, just after WBTC Big Go. I think it's like WBTC, BNB chain, Merlin, Solve. That's like top 4. And I think that will grow. I'm definitely sure this will grow larger and larger. I mean, yeah, you guys should have Solve or Bedrock be on the Money Monday. Like sometime if you guys are interested, I'll bring them like next Monday or sometime later. But
Yeah,
definitely.
We actually met. I can't remember his name, but the founder of Bedrock, I think, at a breakfast in Nashville. So we would love to have him or someone from his team on, just kind of explain to the audience what they do. But thank you for that breakdown, because I was actually going to ask you about this. We're big on Merlin. We believe in Merlin, the future of Merlin. But one thing that we have heard recently is that like layer one needs to be a little bit more established. And I love that Merlin is ready kind of for anything, any update, upgrade for layer one. But like with the whole Babylon staking, that's all happening on native Bitcoin, correct?
yes.
Gotcha. Okay. So this approach, I feel like this is pretty historic, because this could be contagious in terms of like building total value for projects on Bitcoin, right?
Actually, there are 2 sides. One side is the Bitcoin holders. So they think Bitcoin holders needs yields, profits, right? And the other side is POS chains, which is a Cosmos or EVM chains. So they believe there are going to be more and more POS chains later, but these chains are not safe, not trustless, centralized. So these chains can rely on the security level of Bitcoin layer one, which involves the BTC stakers. So I think, I mean, to their white paper, I personally think this is building for 2 parties. One is for BTC stakers, one is for POS chains. So the BTC stakers will get the network fees from the POS chains. So the problem is how much revenue can these POS chains like get, right? I mean, I'm always like straightforward person. Like if you look at all these chains right now, 99% of the chains are having 0 revenue. And so right now, if you stake on Babylon, basically you are getting the tokens from their TGE. And I think that this is a great approach. Imagine sometime in the future, 90% of those Ethereum chains are actually relying on the security level of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin will roll. I think that that is the picture they're trying to paint.
Gotcha. And it makes sense, actually. Like proof of stake, probably if you offer the highest value or secure chains token, which is Bitcoin, then you would feel like that is more of a premium type of POS type system. So it makes sense in that aspect. Awesome. Well, one other thing, Shizzy, I wanted to ask in case you had any questions was you mentioned wrap BTC, right? Obviously, there's been a split off a little bit, right? With Coinbase, they're creating their own CB BTC, but someone like yourself that created a chain that can use both CB BTC and wrap BTC. Are you planning on doing that, or are you happy with the way that everything flows on Merlin right now that you don't necessarily want to bridge that over?
I think we can always bridge any wrapped version tokens over. I think what we really care is like why do users need that? I get calls from stable coins like every week. There are like lots of stable coins out there. I mean, like some of them are really like promising because they're yield bearing stable coins, right? So basically, if you have like Tether
Athena.
or Circle, yeah, you don't have any yields, but with Ethena, but with others, they give you yields. But back to the Bitcoin questions. So I think right now it's just the beginning. Like Solve have 20K Bitcoin, Merlin has 20K, MBTC, and UniBTC is up, with Bedrock. LBTC with Lombard is coming up, I think, next month, and like Pump BTC and FBTC from Mantle. So there are like lots of UOC players or competitors for the BTC, wrapping kind of service because come on, it's easy, right? You just put that Bitcoin in the vault with some custodial service like 5blocks, Seifu, or Kobo, and you can generate your wrapped version of Bitcoin. So that is like easy for everyone to build. What is hard is to build credits based on that Bitcoin and to build utilities based on the Bitcoin. So what does like utility means? So if you go to Nina Squirrel, if you go to Mod ZK Link, if you go like next, if you go to Movement or Bearer Chain or like all these like phenomenal chains, probably with high valuation with their tokens, which haven't like TGE yet, they whitelist what kinds of Bitcoin they whitelist to participate in their farming ecosystems matters. So what we are trying to make sure is Self BTC and BTC are whitelisted. If you look at all these chains, they only whitelist like 2 to 3 kinds of Bitcoin. Before it was like WBTC, Solve, and Merlin. I think right now probably they will whitelist more. But if your Bitcoin wrap version are whitelisted by all these chains, and that is the utility for the users because like why you're holding this BTC but not that BTC, right? Because you want to go to DeFi and farming and all these kind of activities on the chains.
Gotcha.
And while they whitelist you, basically means they have done their research, right? They believe the security level of that Bitcoin. So basically, different programs have done that for you. Because like for users, like for me, if I look at like on like CoinGecko, I see like 30 different kinds of Bitcoin. I don't know what to choose.
Yeah, that's true. You definitely have to do your research and make sure that you have the vault address of the multi-sig and you can see the collateral and all that stuff. Especially if you're gonna be acquiring large amounts of it and stuff. So yeah, that's very interesting though. Thank you for that.
Yeah, and sorry, Shizzy.
No, go ahead. Finish.
Yeah. So the Babylon thing was, what happened last week. We were like very nervous. We were like at the computer, looking at all this, gas war, and RBF everything, and I think the only like party who makes money is actually the end pool. I think end pool got like 3 blocks out of 4. Each block has like 15, 12 Bitcoin revenue. So yeah, so all these LRT make them rich. So another thing is like what happened around the Babylon staking time was Unicross announced their campaign with the uncommon goods. I think Mr. J will introduce more. I just checked the data. I think in a couple of days, 2 days, maybe 3 days, there's already 640,000 mints for the uncommon goods on Merlin, and everything you do is free. You mint with your layer 1 Bitcoin or layer 2 Bitcoin. That's fine. You mint them. We give you 10% more. You bridge them back to layer one. You don't have to pay gas fee or service fee. You don't even have, you don't even need to have Bitcoin on Merlin, because like I know for a small amount of Bitcoin, bridge back is paying the ass. So we do this kind of campaign with them. I think Miss J will introduce more. I think this is just like the first step, to educate the market, how easy that can be. And another thing is we had the bare metal game, the new version last week. I think we already have like 80 million BMAP tokens are staked, which equals like 8,000 BMAPs. Yeah, and we also had like 12 million Merl staked, which is like $3 million staked. So this is just the alpha version. We will bring more utilities to that. We will have a campaign for a month for B Metal game. So be prepared for that. And also, yeah, so another whale alert on the BMAPs. So the number one whale has dumped his BMAPs from 14,000 to right now it's 3,000. So the
Woo.
dumping will be over, very soon, 3,000. Let me check if he dumps again. Yeah, he just dumped like several hundred today. So yeah, I mean, if you haven't tried that, just try that, because one transaction you can dump 500, 800. If you check on Dex Screener, they do like 800, 500 BMAPs dump in one transaction, and you can never have that on Magic Eden. So that's why this will chose to dump that on Merlin, and he makes like 10 Bitcoin now. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, for me that's great news, for the whales to dump their assets to the retail users, and then we can have the community to grow the assets. So that is what happened with BMAP and BMAP game. And we're going to have some upgrades with some other stuff too, but probably I can talk that when we have the final date. But one thing is we will have a half year report for Merlin chain. We've kind of been staying like silent for the past 1 to 2 months, but yeah, we will have the half year report about Merlin chain that will be released very soon. We also have some third-party research report on Merlin that will be, those will be released soon as well. So people, like me, like I don't even know all the numbers, but when I look at like these numbers, I will find some like really good points, and also some, something we can do better. So yeah, all these reports will be out. I think no matter if you're using Merlin right now or not, you can check that out. If you look at the data, basically, number 2 to number 5 Bitcoin layer 2s trading volume combined is not even half of a Merlin trading volume. So if you look at all these numbers, you will see what's going on with the Merlin chain. And yeah, I'm just happy to go all these events in Korea and Japan, and I think 30 days later we'll be having the inscribing Singapore coming up with token 2049.
Wow.
Awesome.
A lot to unpack there, Jeff. That was amazing update. I have a couple of questions about, not questions, but like I said, a couple questions about each thing there. So my first one would be, going to Japan and stuff in the past, is the people there just not DeFi, or are they just not in Bitcoin? Like what are they doing in crypto, or are they just getting in crypto?
Yeah, so so first, Japan is like one of the biggest Bitcoin holder country in the world.
Okay.
They only have Bitcoin because when they know about crypto, it's Bitcoin. And Japanese people are very kind of loyal users. So when they have this token, they just don't sell. Like there are lots of BIMAP holders in Japan as well. They actually have a BIMAP event in Japan before. So like these people are really really loyal. They're dedicated to one asset. So these people, they love Bitcoin. They just don't know what's going on with ordinals and ruins and Bitcoin layer 2s, because they're not like Chinese people. They read news every day. They're fast. They're jumping into new memes like instantly. But Japanese people, like they're kind of slow, steady. Like they don't like risks. So I think for Japan, it's gonna be a great country if they are getting familiar with ordinals and they have Bitcoin and they want to do that on chain. And also, the tax is really high on the on the Japanese, CX. So like there are more and more users trying to do this on chain. So I think for Japan, it's a huge market with lots of potential. Japan is actually like the one of the biggest Bitcoin holders country in the world. I think just behind like China and the US. So Korea is like a different story. Even though they are very very
You like to
close.
gamble.
Yeah, they like to gamble basically. Yeah, so they just find nothing to gamble on Bitcoin right now because they're just not into on-chain thing, right? With Luna and everything, they just hate DeFi, so they don't do this on-chain. They want to buy stuff, off exchange. So they just didn't have a chance to buy all the assets before, right? But I think that will change, with Babylon. Like they love Babylon kind of company, with lots of VC backed, centralized exchange backed. So they will know for sure if I buy this token, probably I will not lose like a lot of money. So I think it's a two very very different markets.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, amazing. And my next question is about Babylon. So Babylon did something pretty historic, using L1 to lock the Bitcoin away. Has anyone done this before? And obviously, you're locking in your own wallet. You're basically self custodying, you're staking there, which is pretty amazing, by the way. And then you're just kind of earning it through Babylon. Is there any incentive for Babylon to do this, or is it just kind of like, hey, you lock this up, we're going to give you our token?
So the thing is, first, you are not actually self custody
Oh,
because
okay.
you only have one signature out of three.
Okay.
So yeah, that is like I said, every layer one project or layer two or side chains are using the same methods. There's no magic, there's no magic can turn Bitcoin layer one into like trustless smart contract kind of thing. But you control one signature and two others, one is Babylon, one is the validators. And
Okay.
the reason they're doing that is because they want to have a successful launch and to spread the words so they can have more partnerships with other POS chains and stuff. I think actually Magic Eden did something similar last year with the auction.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have tried auction. Basically, you are depositing your money into a third-party
Oh, I
wallet.
do remember. Yes.
Yeah, you have one key. Magic Eden has only one key, so that is actually safer than Babylon. You
Yeah.
you both have one key, and there's a time lock. So basically, if Magic Eden goes bankrupt, I mean that probably won't happen at all. But if they go bankrupt after like 6 months time lock, you will still get your money back. So I really love the what they do like with this auction thing last year. I think that's like real like innovation on Bitcoin Layer 1.
Gotcha.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. And my last thing, kind of bitmap that game. So are we? Obviously, you basically have a team now that's kind of working on it for you a little bit. Are you seeing any updates in the future that are going to be like jaw dropping? Anything? Maybe in the next couple of months of maybe launching or anything like that.
Yeah, we just want to, I was having a Twitter space with Kimi today. So I think just like two things. One is people to have fun. So we have all kinds of projects. We actually have a BMAP, I think they're on the Twitter space as well. They're building like avatars for BMAP.game for BRC 420. So we need more teams to build things for fun. And what we do is we build more things for functions. So basically, in the next version, you will see like a big board, hot mints kind of big boards. You can put that into like in the center of your room, and everyone can go there, listen to Twitter Space, chat, have fun, but also see the hot mints. And when you see some, some stuff coming up, you want to do that, you can just click that, using Unicross to mint that. So this just like an example. So we want to have all these functions in the BMap.game. Why is that? Because if you make BMap like a gaming metaverse, first, it's not going to be competitive comparing to all the Web2 games, right? Second, you will only take like a very very small period, like part of time of users. When they trying to have fun, they go here to have fun, so it's not consistent. But if you make this a one stop, first thing you do every day. So like in the morning, you turn on the computer, you go to BMap.game, you can find all the things you can buy, you can trade, you can gamble. This is the goal. So we want to make this like one stop for any Bitcoin layer 1 or layer 2 users. You do that with your friends there every day. You find all these alphas there. That is the goal we are trying to accomplish. So if we can do that, basically BMAP will be universal for everyone, no matter you have BMAP or not. But you want to go there to find all these alphas.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That
Awesome.
makes a lot of sense, actually, and I think that's really smart. So excited to see how that plays out. But let's get our guy, Mr. J, up. He's been waiting patiently below. He is the founder, a co-founder, I believe, in Unicross, and there's a lot of things happening over there. So, Mr. J, welcome back to Ordinal Revolution, Merlin Mondays. How are you doing? Oh,
Yo,
You're there?
There
hello.
you
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. What's up, Jay?
What's up? What's up? I'm actually looking forward to seeing Jeff tomorrow at Skyline Adventures. Uh, listening to him talking about events, and it's a pretty crazy Q3 or Q4 in Asia. In regards to like crypto and also Bitcoin events, we've had like GM Vietnam, we've had Malaysia Blockchain Week, and also CoinFest Asia coming up. There's WebX, current blockchain week, Token 2049, Blockchain week, and also like Taipei week. So all these events, he's right. You're starting to see a lot of like Bitcoin popping up here and there. And talking about like crypto adoption over here in Japan, dude. The first thing I saw when I got in the cab to go to my hotel, I saw like an OKX ad in the in the cab, and I saw
Whoa.
Bitcoin, I saw Sui. I was like, "Whoa, what the hell is this?" So that got my attention a lot, and I was just so stoked. And waiting here, I'm like, "Dude, I just need like WebX to happen like ASAP, right?" So it's been crazy. We've been trying to get our I would say, pop our hits in these events as much as possible, get some exposure, and also get in touch with people, the locals, and just to understand, like, hey, are you guys actually in the Bitcoin ecosystem or not? And if you're not, let's talk more about it. And I think one idea that I do have actually as well is to probably do some interviews, some random, very random, like like those. Kind of got inspiration from a diff from Genie Data. So he did go around in Nashville asking people about like Bitcoin and Bitcoin ecosystem. So I find that really necessary to go out of our way, finding new ways to get that exposure because if people knew that they could actually inscribe on gold freely, why it would be something pretty amazing for people to know about. And then talking about people who like DeFi, people who want to who like to degen, we can do all of that on Bitcoin and more on Bitcoin layer 2. As Jeff has mentioned with Bitmap Game, with Babylon, and there's just so much you can do on Bitcoin layer 2s that people don't know about. And I think it's this secure network that Bitcoin has for all these years that would kind of like get a lot of confidence going for even for people who are kind of like reluctant to enter into DeFi ecosystems or reluctant to do anything on chain. This kind of gives the confidence where, hey, Bitcoin has been existing for a long time, and then now you can do something on it. You can operate on it, and if you want to do more, just go over to Bitcoin layer 2s, which are pretty similar in the security level. And also I want to touch about something which is about these projects right now on Bitcoin layer 2s and Bitcoin layer 2s themselves as well. They have a lot of these activities, very, very easy tasks to farm their tokens, project TGE, like staking. I think you've been hearing staking a lot. These activities are so simple. Just put your Bitcoin there. It's pretty safe. I would say very safe to actually just stake on these protocols that have a good backing and have a good reputation and a history of coming on top of things that they're doing. So even for ourselves at Unicross, we have activities that we're doing to spread the BTC love out there. And we have not done our TGE. So we've been doing a lot of campaigns to actually get people to try out our product and also for people to know more about Merlin and what you can do on Merlin. So I think Jeff mentioned that just now. We've started our minting competition for our common goods, which is the first rune token, rune number 0. And this is a very unique rune in the sense where it takes 4 years to mint out. Okay. And I know one thing that's going through a lot of people's minds is that, hey, this thing takes 4 years to mint out. The supply is going to be what, infinite, right? But that's not really the case, because minting actually requires something that's related to Bitcoin, which is mempool fees. So right now, you can see mempool fees are like what, 3-4 sats per VByte, which is very, very low. So inscribing something right now would be really cheap. But as we continue to grow the ecosystem, and as we have more Bitcoin layer 2s, more exposure to people outside of the Bitcoin ecosystem, outside of Web3, and more people come in to really enjoy this benefit of security and scalability, I would say that mempool fees are at a level where it is kind of at the lowest point. So when you're thinking about getting into tokens at a very low point, when do you want to get in? So we kind of like coming up with this program, this competition, and we've been getting a very, very good results from the people joining. We've set out a 1 million mint of uncommon goods, and mind you, uncommon goods are minted one by one. So each uncommon good kind of like requires a transaction fee. So with 1 million, and then we've already done like 50%, over 50% in 3 days. I think it's over like 60%
Crazy.
right now. Yeah. So a lot of people are taking advantage, and it's kind of like, if you really want to experience the whole like Merlin ecosystem or experience minting runes, this is like the best time to do it, because we are being really, really generous with how we are promoting this competition. So I think one thing that I must highlight very, very strongly is that you can actually inscribe or etch mint on layer 2 without even having funds on layer 2. So if you go to Unicross right now, even if you have like an expert's wallet with nothing on Merlin, all you need to do is just connect your wallet to Unicross and then choose how many you want to mint. And when you come up to the payment page, you can pay either on Merlin, or you can pay from Bitcoin. So you don't have to bridge over like your fees. You don't have to bridge over anything. Just do everything directly from your Express wallet or your OKX wallet. So this is a very new function that we did for this competition, and we are seeing a lot of good feedback from this. And the numbers kind of prove it, with over 50% minted in 3 days.
Yeah, that's
So,
huge.
Yeah,
That's huge. Oh, well, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just want to ask. So, how do I get that 10% extra?
Okay, it's pretty simple. Okay, all you need to do is just mint at least 100 uncommon goods. For every 100 uncommon goods, we're going to give you 10 uncommon goods. So that's extra 10% for you. Plus, if you are a heavy duty minter and somehow you made it to the leaderboard, you're going to get extra rewards as well. We've got more details in our Unicross page. You can have a look there. I think there's too much to go through with this. Probably take up your whole time. But I'm just so stoked, because this event, we weren't really expecting much, because it's not really like a very hype period for Bitcoin layer 2s right now. Everyone's still trying to figure out what's best, what should they be getting into. But seeing this enthusiasm from the community, we're very excited, and we really want to bring this IRL. Hence like going to all these events as well. So after like minting your tokens on Unicross, you can either sell them without waiting for them to. You can either sell them, or you can actually like stake them on BitGenie, or you can also create an LP on add on to the LP in Merlin Swap and earn some fees. So there's a lot of things you can do once you have your uncommon goods. But if you say, hey, I'm done with layer 2 for now, I just want to trade my uncommon goods on layer 1. Don't worry, we do have like free bridging out fees for every 100 uncommon goods. So it's really like a very good way to experience a lot of things for a very low cost or even zero cost, close to zero cost. I believe like that's why like we're seeing these numbers, because we're really giving you guys like a free pass to come and try out Merlin, try Unicross. So the whole minting model is like our innovation right now, and it's faster to get like layer 2 tokens than ever before.
Yeah, I love it. I love that you guys chose uncommon goods as well, because 200,000 holders of this token is pretty wild. Especially that's just L1, right? It's not including all the holders that are on Merlin, which I'm guessing now is probably pretty big, because you guys are kind of seeing that. Could you tell me about the data wise? How many people are just buying minting the uncommon goods and just kind of leaving them on Merlin? And not bridging them off? You guys seeing a lot of bridging, or is just mainly people just kind of holding them over there? Because someone like me, I wouldn't mind. I don't mind keeping them on Merlin. If I mint it there, there's no reason for me to bridge back. Because I mean, with the swap in over there and the liquidity pool is being pretty strong, are you seeing a lot of people just kind of keeping the uncommon goods over there, or are you seeing a lot of people bridging back?
I haven't really checked out that data myself,
Gotcha.
but I'll get back to you on that one.
Awesome.
Yeah. I
go
want to
ahead.
jump in for like 1 second. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
There's like really bad guys out there. There's one guy like minting like 2,300 stuff, and just transferring all this to like 2,000 wallets and to bridge out for free. And because we cannot bridge out for free, because we have to pay the gas fee, on layer 1, right? We have to transfer that runes to your wallet. So basically that just like makes us like losing all this money. Like, this is just the one fun fact that we found out in this campaign.
Gotcha.
So somebody is minting a whole bunch of stuff and just immediately taking it out.
No, they're spreading it to like a bunch of different wallets to try to like sabotage.
Because we have like zero fee, like zero fee whatsoever. So you can open up like 1,000, 2,000 different wallets, and like I just like see the Merlin bridge every day. One transaction for one uncommon good, like every minute. It's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
so
trying to.
Yeah. This
Sabotage,
guy is like
yeah.
he's out there to sabotage, but we kind of like turned up the limit a little bit, just to prevent like people taking advantage of this, because it is kind of like taking resources away from people who genuinely want to try out something and enjoy it. So I don't know who is that out there doing that, but too bad.
Stop it. Well, yeah, I can tell you why you guys reached 500,000 already at mints is because of the incentives. I mean, if I'm getting 10,000 uncommon goods, I get 1,000 for free. Is that right?
That's right, man. That's right. And
I can do math.
if you want to do more, get on the leaderboard, man, and you'll get more as well.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty cool. And I see, people that are smart in the game, they take advantage of stuff like that, right? Not in a way to sabotage people, but for their own benefit, right? So I'm sure there's some professional traders in there that are just like, you miss this opportunity. I mean, that's dumb to kind of like, it's free 10%, right? And so that's awesome that you guys are doing that. Now, how long does this last till?
Okay, this lasts until like it could end tomorrow, to be honest, because it's 1 million. We want to reach 1 million mints, and by the rate that we're going, I think it could be like 1 to 2 days that it will be ending. So if you want to try it out, go check it out. Gas fees are still pretty low, so I don't think you have to worry about that one.
Gotcha. Okay, so then you go to inscribe, right? And then on your website, which is Unicross, let me pull it up here. Share screen. Okay. So you go to unicross.xyz, and then from here, you go to inscribe, and then this is where you do all the magic, right?
Yeah, just choose how many you want, connect your wallet, and either pay from layer 1 or layer 2.
Gotcha. So will you actually have to paste in the receive address, or when I connect the wallet, will it automatically do that?
Okay, so if you're using like, say for example, a layer 1 wallet like Xverse,
Yeah.
all you need to do is, or Uniset, just connect, and then it will automatically, you'll see down there, there'll be a little purple circle, and that's your particle AA wallet, which allows you to interact with layer 2 without having like a layer 2 wallet.
Gotcha.
An EVM wallet, yeah.
All right, guys. So this is where you would do the minting. You get 10% bonus until this is done. Until this is done. Is there a ticker to where I could see how many's been minted? Like a countdown?
Put like competition after the link.
All right. So 65% have been minted out. So there's about 358,000 available mints left, guys. So that's awesome that you guys are doing that. I think that's a huge give back to the community, and looking forward to seeing how quick that gets minted out.
Yeah, and it's like 100% free, you know, no service fee, no gas fee, no bridge fee. You have 10%. You can stake in Bigini for another 20K. You have a board, you know, for the winners. All this money and bridge fees are coming out of like our pocket. So make some money like from us, right?
Yeah, this is like literally like just throwing, letting you guys like experience at our expense. We don't really care. Like just go and enjoy it. Seriously, like see how smooth it is to actually perform your functions on Merlin, and also how easy it is to bridge back if you want to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
You got a question here from Mauricio. It says, can you mint via Lightning? Which I know is the answer to that. I'm like 99% sure, but yeah, Mauricio, no Lightning minting as of right now, I believe, right, guys?
If the Lightning wallet is supported, then yes, but currently no.
Got it. All right, Mr. J, any other updates for Unicross before I bring Fonzie up here?
Oh, sorry. There's some to share in the coming weeks. I think we'll be here almost every Monday. So I'm so sorry. Like sometimes I can't make it because there are some obligations in between. But definitely do my best to update you guys every single week.
Yep,
we appreciate it. Yeah, no worries at all, man. Whenever you can make it, it's amazing. If you can't, no problem at all.
Yeah, and if you guys, any of you listeners out there or yourself, you want to catch us, we'll be at WebEx, Curve Blockchain Week, and definitely Token, the Ordinal Summit at Token 2049. We'll be having a booth. Jeff's going to have a booth, and you'll definitely be able to meet the team, ask us some questions, come talk to us, have a debate, whatever, man. We're always excited to see both sides of the coin. Doesn't matter if you're happy or annoyed, we're here for you.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. I'm always down for a good debate. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
Yeah,
all
dude,
right.
I'll be seeing you in Singapore. So yeah, I'm down for that.
You'll be seeing me. Shizzy's gonna hold down the fort over here. So, but yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. J, I'm just going to leave you up here. I'm going to bring Fonzie up. Welcome him back to the Ordinal Revolution Merlin Monday segment. How are you doing, Fonzie?
Yo, GM, doing good. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well.
I was like, I'm gonna
Good,
go
man.
there. I'm gonna go visit Mr. J. We're gonna debate about BRC20's runes, which is better.
Yeah, let's fucking go, bro.
Yeah, I'll take Yagobi's side. I think BRC20s are coming back.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
wow, dude.
I like both, but I guess I have to take the BRC20 side because Shizzy's definitely all on the rune side. So.
Rune side, yeah.
Well, we did a poll today, and BRC20s came out of nowhere, dude. Somebody botted it because BRC20 39%. Which Bitcoin layer protocol is your favorite? BRC20s, runes, tap, and BRC20, and runes was winning all day, and then all of a sudden BRC20s just took the stage. That's pretty crazy.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. Come to bull run, like you'll see a huge rotation back to BRC20s.
Yeah,
so
sorry, I just want to cut in a little bit here,
Yeah.
and say that that shows you like what BRC20s can do. Like,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
gonna come out of nowhere and attack you.
Yeah,
Well, of course, Shizzy blames the bots on that, right?
that's right. It cannot be a
Well,
fair.
the problem is on
fair
YouTube we don't have that many people watching. Like, where did it come from? All of our viewers are on Twitter, so that's why it blew me away.
We should do one on Twitter, and then I'll definitely vote.
Oh, that's definitely gonna be botted. All right, so Fonzie, what's been going on? Love your hat there.
Thank you.
If you could, yep, I see it. The OCM representing. Could you kind of just talk about like what's been going on with Ordinal Hive and any updates and what people can kind of look forward to?
Absolutely, 100%. So we'll start first with the L2 like fresh Merlin chain updates. So we've been working as a team right now, like focusing mostly on like how to structure this training competition, working with specific community in this space. Won't say exactly which one just yet, but working closely with them as well to like help those members bridge over those specific assets from that collection onto Merlin chain and just do the training comp that way too. So more details will be announced that way, and it's a perfect time to kind of do that with like season of kind of like the situation we're in, like kind of pretty much a pretty good market, right? It's not doing too bad. It's not doing, of course, like super good, but it's pretty much kind of sideways. So that'll be that. So stay tuned to that on the L2 side of stuff, and of course on the L1 side of stuff, the aggregator will also be launched. So I actually would before this call, I was kind of checking it out and so forth, and looks pretty good. Looks pretty good to be shipped. Just finalizing a couple more stuff on it, and the aggregator, of course, will like aggregate data across multiple marketplaces, Magic Eden, Unisat, OKX, and others. And so it'll eventually be also version 1 will pretty much aggregate all this data into one single platform, so you can see the lowest pricings, which is really good. As a trader, you want to definitely buy the best price assets, any marketplace, right? And the goal is it's gonna be a one-stop shop, right? It's gonna be a one-stop shop for you to serve, not only navigate and buy those assets, but you can buy it through our platform too, right? And also be able to like list assets there, trade them too, which is good. And snap protection is another thing. Since we're back in L1, we're gonna look at as well. So there's ways to kind of protect you as well. Working with another project in that realm who has really good snipe tool that we can kind of help polish and build as well. So that'll be in the case as well. So like we'll add that as well down the road. So version 1 is gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be pretty clean, and you can expect that to be done by the end of this week. But most likely gonna launch by sometime next week, just to make sure we kind of have all the partnerships all stuff there. And that's a powerful tool I'm looking forward to. So yeah, that's kind of an update from my end. And again, like anyone who's part of our Discord, make sure you join our Discord. Check us out on Twitter, follow us on Twitter as well. But yeah, you guys will have access to it. Like high pass holders have access to it. We're doing partnerships with different communities as well, so make sure stay tuned to that as well. We also have a partnership with a couple of ours, so just look at our most recent tweet there to see how you can participate and be part of the first early access of the area, because I promise you don't want to miss out.
Amazing. How's everything going on the Merlin side of things? How's everything going? With I think it's beta.ordinalhive.io, and it's open to everyone now. Are you seeing any new people entering the marketplace?
Well, we definitely seen people farm those points. People like listing a couple assets, listening to stuff. There hasn't been too much kind of in that sense like a trading activity we've seen so far. So the reason why we're making this push for a trading comp is to get like the first wave, right? Well, once we hit a specific threshold, we can go ahead and like roll that out and maximize that there too. So a lot of the sort of kind of the competition itself is geared towards that. It's geared towards getting people to trade on those specific assets especially this one community that we're working with closely. So that's one of the things we're doing there. And then people are engaging with this. Some people are farming points. There's a couple outliers that we see, but we're gonna tally up the score later down the road, make sure those are really they're clean, they're not nothing out of the ordinary. But yeah, like you can list your assets currently right now. We do have also, like, if you go to our Discord, you see like educational content on how to do that stuff if you're not like familiar with the process. But it's a process on how to like bridge your assets over, how to list, delist, right? And just like how to like transfer over your Bitcoin as well to Merlin chain, so you can buy assets, right? There's another thing too that our traders were having issues with this. You gotta make sure you have Bitcoin that's been like bridged over to Merlin chain, right? That's the most important part there. So yeah, that's another thing that we're looking forward to. And more information about that. So specific competition is going to be rolled out in September. Just finalizing like last minute details, and then shipping that over to Jeff and the team over there, so they can also have like a heads up on sort of like kind of the goal there for that time period there.
Yeah.
Yo, Fonzie, we should definitely like have a call like sometime this week or next week, with our team.
Yeah.
I think we should definitely like do a campaign like together, like what we do with Unicross, right? Just like make people come to make money from us, to lose some money but gain some tractions. Yeah,
Yeah.
we should like definitely come up with some like some great
Incentives.
ideas. Yeah,
Ye-
to do that.
Perfect. I'm down. Let's do it, Jeff. I'll hit you up and I'll schedule something this week so we can go ahead and like get those discussions rolling. But yeah, 100%. I definitely love that. That's a good idea there.
Awesome. Well, hey Fonzie, I was going to ask you, I know that you guys are doing the aggregator and stuff, and it's going to be a one-stop shop, which is amazing. But let's think about like when we're full-fledged in the bull market, trading is starting to ramp up pretty crazy. What's a benefit if I'm a ordinal NFT trader to use Ordinal Hive, like on Merlin or
100%. So the aggregator is not just coming to L1, it's on L2. Just starting L1 first and building to L2, right? So like there's two different trading environments that you can experience. You can experience a more robust, faster trading, right? Which is L2 version, and it'll be on Merlin chain itself. Or you can experience, if you want to have your assets not bridge them over, keep them on L1. You also have that specific, kind of environment you can sort of like stay to, right? So it sort of creates that ecosystem for L1, L2. I think come to bull run, like you'll see you'll see some individuals who probably want to trade on an L1 side of stuff, but when it gets like clunky, when the fees go higher and pretty much gets slower to use, and of course you'll probably want to jump to the L2 side of stuff, which is a much more optimal trading experience. Generally speaking, there's just so much more you can do with that, just due to the fact of like the infra itself we're working with. So yeah, we'll eventually highlight those like opportunities, and we're kind of positioning ourselves for that and whatnot. So like I think. But when that happens there, like, you'll see that kind of environment. Probably see like people trading more on the L2 side of stuff. But when there's like more down periods and it's kind of like sideways and stuff, we probably see more people trading on the L1 side of stuff. So like that probably be something we'll see eventually. But that's one of the biggest benefits, right? Faster trading, lower fees off the bat. You can't beat that, I think. And at the end of it too, it's just a much better experience all around it, right? All across the board. So the aggregation is coming L2 as well, side of stuff, which we'll be working on that next. And then from there, you'll see like the lowest prices across different marketplaces on Merlin chain itself as well.
Yeah. I think people aren't really recognizing, what kind of environment that's going to be when things are pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
Whether that's next spring or next fall. But, I was kind of explaining to Shizzy on a different topic with something like the centralized swaps, like with Odin Swap. Probably not a bunch of Bitcoin native people are going to use that. But once like the whole market is like going crazy, you'll get people from like the other ecosystems that are like just want fast in and out. And I think that's what would happen like on your website for like aggregation with layer 1, layer 2, to say, oh, okay, this is cheaper fees, I can just get this real quick over there, flip or whatever, and I can always bridge back or whatever. And that's when I think we'll see a lot of the users come out. And right now it's sometimes you look and you're like, well, there's not people really using Bitcoin layer 1 apps, and there's not really people using layer 2 ecosystem either. But that's going to change once the rush comes, in my opinion. What do you think about that?
I think that's really good analysis. I think it's a good assessment. And in fact, I'll point to like the most recent one, which was back in like in April, right? When Roots came out. So like how difficult was it to trade, right? How difficult was it to, kind of perform specific, function, even sending Bitcoin to your another wallet, right? I think a lot of us, like, the reason why L2s imploded, like, well, the reason why Intel exploded in terms of like how many there were off the bat was because, like, the issues we saw on Bitcoin, like especially back in 2023, right? All this stuff that we can do on Bitcoin. I know there's discussions for like upcat and kind of different smart contract kind of programmability on L1 and whatnot, which is good. I think it's really good and stuff, but it still won't solve specific core issues, especially if you want to create like a high frequency trading platform, right? That's one of the biggest, kind of, blockers you'll end up coming along. So I think your assessment is quite fair. I think, when it comes down to it, if there's demand and there's a rush of people coming into the space itself to trade these assets, then people are going to experience like this kind of trading that they're not familiar with, right? Especially if they come from Solana, Ethereum, and so the idea is like, okay, well, like what can provide me this great trading experience while still trading these L1 native assets, and I think that's when we'll start seeing L2 being used more and more. And I think, at that point in time, like the explosion of like L2s will emerge again, right? You have like more activity, more volume coming in into the ecosystem through that. So I think good. I think most of them are positioned for that, and the explosion of L2s will happen soon. Like once you have more volume, more liquidity into the eco, that's driven up by like of course Bitcoin going to 100K, maybe interest rates being slashed down to like like lower levels and whatnot. So yeah, I think many projects are positioned very well for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
100%. Go ahead, Shizzy.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah, man.
So we're getting close to kind of wrapping up the Merlin Monday. We got about 5 minutes left, so I'm gonna let every person kind of have their last final words here. So Fonzie, what's your last message to the audience right now?
Yeah, 100%. So we were in the trenches for like 1 year ago. Like it's been over a year, right? Since we've been in the trenches, it's kind of like doing this, having fun. I think right now, like the best things you can do right now is like kind of just like see how the ecosystem is evolving, right? Try to teach yourself like specific things on the ecosystem. Continue just like being there, like in the community and whatnot. I think building wise. One of the things we're always optimistic about is that we want to build something that traders users want at the end of it. And so whether it's a product on an aggregate on L1, whether it's something on the L2 as well, we're going to make sure to like optimize it around those specific traders. Another thing too, I know there's been like huge kind of like there's sideways movements. There's been like price going down, up, and whatever the case is. Like that's all noise, right? At the end of it, like the reason why we got into this was because it was fun, the conviction we had on specific assets on L1. And I think with that same conviction, it's like you gotta write it down. You gotta write it through, kind of the storm, and at the end, like it's a cyclical of these cycles and stuff. And yeah, I think you're positioned very, very well. And Bitcoin is a narrative. It will be the narrative. It'll lead the narrative for this next run. So if you're in, you're in. If you're also like in, what are you waiting for? Just get in. It's gonna
be perfectly said.
Yeah, man.
All
we go to Mr. J next.
Yeah, let's go, Mr. J. Mr. J, your final words to the audience here.
If you guys haven't tried out minting uncommon goods, all the fees are stupidly low, and we are stupidly like giving away money for you guys to try out. Go check it out, man. It's at 65% now in just 3 days, and you can expect it to finish in about 1 to 2 days. So all the best, guys, to the minting, and good luck to the competition. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing I want to say too before we go to Jeff is all three of these guys here are OGs. They're Ordinals OGs. They were in the space last year before I think even the idea of Merlin came across anything, right? So they are us, we are them. So I just want to give that shout out because I didn't realize that all three of the people in here. But with that being said, Jeff, could you kind of finish us out here?
Yeah, I just retweet, DeFi Llama's tweet. Today they start tracking Bimetal game as their DApps. So it's just like a beginning, and I mean there are two funny things. First thing is they use my Twitter profile picture as the game profile. I don't know why. The second thing is if you check out DeFi Llama, all chains like all like 1,000, 2,000 chains in the gaming category. There are like a lot of games there, right? BitMetal game is already the number one TVO, so in the game category. So basically, you can see how bad the market is right now for the games, right? And yeah, we are pretty sure the numbers for BitMetal game will be growing every week, and just I mean, right now we're number one, so basically we we don't know like whom to catch, but yeah, we'll grow that numbers higher and higher.
That's hilarious. But wait, hold. How do you stake on bitmap.game?
Oh yeah, because if you want to rent a bigger land, you have to stake BMAT tokens, and they deduct your token every day. And also, if you stake Merl token into the BMAT game, you basically earn every token. Right now it's just BMAT token, right? But after that, there will be like much more other tokens. So you can, if you stake Merl, you can mint all these tokens. Like so, basically, the platform makes zero profits, zero service fee. All this consumption goes to the Merle stakers.
Gotcha.
That's
just
so
giving
funny.
away money, man. Just giving away money. Hey, our main guy, real quick, Crypto Slow. He has a channel on YouTube too. He's asking where can you stake Merle? So before I let you go, Jeff, what feedback have you gotten the best place to stake Merle?
So right now there are two ways, and there's another two ways coming up. The first is you can stake your Merle into Avalon, to farm points. The other way is to stake your Merle into the BMM game. Log in with your Unisat or MetaMask to stake Merle to gain BMAP tokens. I think I have already farmed some BMAP tokens, which is basically BMAP, so you can do that. And another two protocols are coming up, with Merle staking. So we are trying to do like no more points, just real money to the stakers. And yeah, with POS coming up, you can stake Merle for more Bitcoin, and that is like the major thing coming up. But the dev. It's kind of hard, so we have to wait on that. But yeah, you can stake your Merle in BMAP game. Yeah.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
That's amazing.
So one last thing is, I think today I had this kind of conversation on the Twitter space. I think our team and myself is, we are trying to push the boundary. We're trying to make something different. Merging is not just a Bitcoin layer 2 or sidechain. BitMetal game is it's not just a game. BRC420 is not just a 3D file meme casino. We are trying to do something different. Like from last year when we start with Ordinals, BMap, Explorer, and also BRC420, we want to do something different. We don't want to be mediocre. We want to do something crazy. So when everybody think BMap should be a metaversal game, well, we think it should be an on-chain casino. It should be like one of the biggest on-chain DApps for all kinds of users, cross chains, cross layers, cross assets, to do fun stuff there. And I think we're just dedicated to that. And probably you guys will see some things coming up with our new upgrades. And yeah, and I'm just happy to be here. Like this is like the only thing I do on like weekly basis or anything, because like I don't go to gym on weekly basis. So I only do Merly Monday on weekly basis, and I hope this can continue for years.
Yeah,
let's do it.
We got 385 people in here today, which is not bad for a slower Monday, because we were looking at some of the other spaces, like Ordinal Show had like 320 or something. So
yeah,
you guys showed up for Merlin Mondays. We appreciate it. And do you have anything, Shizzy, for any of them?
No, that's it, man. I just got to say, like, you guys are building something special over there, and you guys don't get a lot of credit, but like I definitely see it. You know what I mean? I definitely see the building that's happening every single Monday. I mean, the like Jeff comes on, and the first like 10 minutes or 15 minutes are all updates, man, and I'm just jaw dropped, like just soaking it all in. So I appreciate you, Jeff. Appreciate you, Mr. J, and Fonzie, of course, man. I definitely appreciate you. I think we as a community need to like be backing our builders and just go trying this stuff. Go mint on Unicross. Go list on Ordinal Hive, man, and just go play around on Merlin, because I think these guys deserve it. I mean, building something special, and they at least deserve a little bit of your time. Yeah, use your mouse, use your keyboard, and let's get having some fun, man. I can't wait for the fun to start. It's going to be here.
Yeah,
but
it's coming.
Banana Zone's coming.
Banana Zone.
Bro. Sorry, I just have one more thing to add. Just because you kind of touched on building and from the trenches, right? I think all of this started out in the trenches, And it kind of is like the trenches right now. So, to the listeners out there, if you're looking to build, this is the best time to build. Make some friends, make some friends, get together. There's a lot of grants out there as well to build on Bitcoin layer twos. I think Merlin themselves have a very big grant to give out as well. So if you have your passion, you have your idea, just go for it and don't be afraid. All of us started out just like any other degen on chain, and with a bit of like time commitment, a bit of like courage, we are here like where we are today, and we are continuing to build and build and build. So I really urge everyone who you think these guys are builders. I don't know where the hell they came from. Well, we came from right beside you guys as well. So I would say if you want to build, go for it. All the best.
Yep, 100%. That was awesome. And I remember Mr. J when he first started kind of coming into spaces. He was quiet. He didn't really talk. Now we got him every week on Merlin Monday.
Yeah.
He's leading all these things. So that should tell you, go connect, go network, go put yourself out there. You should be your number one fan for yourself. Honestly, you should, because that's what's going to get you connected.
Yeah.
Unless
I'm my
Shizzy,
number one
then,
fan.
Yeah, let's say unless you like Shizzy,
I love
let
me.
the world know. But all right, guys. Well, we appreciate your time as always every Monday. So we will talk to you guys soon. And until next Monday, have a great week.
See you guys.
Peace out.
All right. What a great show today, man. I think we killed it. We killed it for a Monday, dude. We had 385 people in here right now. The YouTube thing is done. I did close that out, so I just want to show that really quickly. The final results, which just, I showed it a few minutes ago, but it came in shocking. There, which layer one protocol? BRC20's got 38%. Rune's got 33. Tap got 26. So Tap came back, dude. Tap was only at 13 the first time I checked it, and then someone voted for BRC. Looks like one person did. So shout out to that one person. But shout out to you guys. Thank you for voting. We're gonna do a poll every day. It brings fun to the show and checking it out. But while we weren't in there, and I just want to continue just for a few more minutes. But Fractal did drop a post. Did you see it?
I did not.
So Fractal said September 9th will be the launch of Fractal officially, and Fractal Swap is now Pizza Swap officially. So yeah, they dropped a big thing. We're gonna get into that tomorrow, so I don't want to waste it a little bit. We're at the very back end of the show, and we got to get to a meeting. But yeah, so definitely check that out if you haven't already. I actually have the link to that right here. I can actually share it to you guys, so you guys can check that out, and we'll discuss it tomorrow on tomorrow's show.
Yeah, for sure. We'll get into that tomorrow. But guys, if you have a moment, please check out our partners. BitPerp is the shooting to be the premium perpetual DEX on Bitcoin Layer 2s. They're going to be launching on Botonics in Q4. They have a paper testnet trading competition coming up. We'll get you guys involved. We'll do something live and fun for that. So check those guys out at bitperp.io. We just talked about Ordinal Hive, our guy Fonzie and McDurr, the CTO. Those guys are amazing. Ordinal Hive guys, utilize that right now. Get those points while it's not super busy, because guess what's going to happen down the line? There's going to be tons of competition to earn points, because they're going to want to get as many of those tokens as possible. Also, who knows if the earning tier structure changes, right? So get involved there. They're having their aggregator on their main platform. You're going to be able to purchase directly from any of the layer 1 platforms and layer 2 with Merlin. So get involved there and get those points. And then Fluid Tokens, which is the only decentralized runes DEX for right now. And they also are a borrowing and lending protocol. They announced today that they're going to be offering layer 1 staking, guys. That's huge. So go check them out. And then lastly, but not leastly, VDEX, Rothium DEX, which is a Bitcoin layer 1 synthetic asset DEX that is on Merlin chain. If you got BRC 420s, go check out their BRC 420 single stake. You might be able to stake your BRC 420s over there. And that is it.
Yeah, and guys, if you guys wouldn't mind, go and check out ordinalrevolution.com. We have some of the best articles over there dating back all the way to last September, guys. If you know someone new just entering the space, have them go to ordinalrevolution.com, and they can really get caught up very quickly using our articles and stuff like that. Some of the best stuff you can possibly read in the space. And then if you're looking for some of the best merch, I mean, we have it, right? So go check out our store there at Ordinal Revolution. And if there is something you guys would like us to add to the store, even if you don't want to buy it directly, you're like, guys, I think you should add this. It'd be pretty cool. Just kind of reach out to us. We would definitely add pretty much anything. We cut it up and get it on there. So we use a third party. So when you do buy from the store, we don't see your address. We don't see who bought, nothing like that. It's all handled by a third party. We just give them the stuff, and we make a few bucks off each purchase. It benefits the show. So definitely do that, guys. We are live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 4 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week live, man. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Remember, tomorrow's Tap Tuesday, so we'll basically do the same thing we do for Maryland Monday. First hour of the show will be your normal news and stuff like that, and the second part of the show will be Tap Tuesday, followed by questions and stuff like that you guys have. But we appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Peace.
We OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Man, pool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Rooms is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.